And I asked him about it once, and he neither confirmed nor denied it. I don't believe that we haven't rehearsed this at all. It's kind of funny that you knew that. But Kissinger's now 100. I think he should be the next one with the knives being thrown. Clearly, he's got to step that up.
Always highbrow in the context. Thank you both. We'll say good night.
The news never sleeps, even when you do. A ceasefire is being called. A president is being overthrown. And trials of a new cancer drug show promise. But rest, knowing you can catch up in your own time. The Global News Podcast brings you the stories you need to hear every day. Listen wherever you get your BBC podcasts.
I'm Carl Nasman in Washington, and this is BBC World News America. A hounding by the press, a tale of narrow escape, and questions over what really happened. The latest on what Prince Harry and Meghan describe as a New York car chase, which included a taxi ride.
They look nervous. I mean, I think they were being chased the whole day or something, so they were pretty nervous.
A stark warning about a hotter planet, why researchers say there's a good chance the world will break a key temperature limit in just a few years. Plus, taking a 21st century look at a 20th century tragedy, the wreckage of the Titanic, as you've never seen it before. Welcome to World News America on PBS and around the globe. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were involved in what their spokesperson is calling a near-catastrophic car chase after they left an awards ceremony in New York City. The pursuit is said to have lasted more than 2 hours and resulted in multiple near collisions. Now, New York police confirmed that paparazzi had made things challenging for the couple, but said there were no collisions, injuries, or arrests. Our North America correspondent, Neda Taufik, has more and a warning. Her report contains flashing images. Neda Taufik reporting there. Let's go live now to New York. In our studio, standing by is Michelle Fleury. Now, Michelle, what more do we know about these details that are coming out of this incident in New York City? All right, Michelle Fleury in New York for us. Thank you so much. Well, the United Nations have warned that the next 5 years will almost certainly be the hottest since records began, and scientists are predicting that global temperature rise will break the crucial 1.5 degree threshold for the first time in the next few years. Our climate editor, Justin Rowlett, explains the reasons behind it. Of course, scientists say a hotter planet will lead to stronger and more frequent catastrophic weather events, even wildfires like what we're seeing in Western Canada. And they've led to scenes like this, with the skies turning orange, some 90 wildfires active right now in Alberta. They've been causing air quality alerts in Calgary and in other cities. For more on that warning from the UN about rising temperatures, I spoke earlier to Samantha Gross. She's the Director of Energy Security and Climate at the Brookings Institution and a former U.S. Department of Energy official. U.S. President Joe Biden is traveling to Japan ahead of the G7 summit, which takes place on Friday, but he's cutting short a wider tour of the Asia-Pacific region and will return to Washington on Sunday to address the ongoing showdown over the national debt ceiling. Before leaving Washington, Mr. Biden emphasized that all sides have agreed not to default, while the Republican House Speaker criticized the president for not coming to the table sooner. Well, let's break this all down now. I'm joined in studio by BBC North America correspondent Gary O'Donoghue. Gary, thank you so much for being here. First of all, we heard there that both sides have said that they've agreed not to default. So what are the sticking points that remain?
We're going to get to that point.
Gary O'Donoghue, North America correspondent. We may be coming back to you on this topic pretty soon. Thank you so much for your insights. All right, a look now at some other stories making headlines. Ecuadorian President Guillermo Lasso has dissolved the opposition-controlled parliament amid impeachment proceedings. He'd been accused of turning a blind eye to alleged embezzlement and was facing an imminent vote that could have ousted him from office. Mr. Lasso, a conservative, said the charges were politically motivated. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan says a deal allowing the safe export of grain from Ukraine's Black Sea ports has been extended for another 2 months. The announcement came just a day before the UN-backed agreement was due to expire. The initiative, which was negotiated with the help of Ankara, was brokered to help tackle global food shortages exacerbated by Russia's invasion. Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan says that police have surrounded his home in the city of Lahore and that he expects to be rearrested soon. Those comments came hours after the government accused Mr. Khan of harboring supporters who attacked military installations in protest of his detention last week and ordered them to hand them over. Well, this is the Titanic as she's never been seen before, thanks to new mapping technology. The team behind it has created a full-sized scan of the ship, which sank in the North Atlantic in 1912 with the loss of more than 1,500 lives, to try to shed new light on exactly what happened. Our science editor, Rebecca Morell, has been given an exclusive look. Remember, you can find more on all of these stories today on our website. And of course, check out our stories online as well and on Twitter. I'm Carl Nasman. Thank you so much for watching World News America.
Hello, here's how the weather is shaping up across Europe.